How's it going, everyone? Virtually Chris here. In today's review, we're going to be taking a look at a penny board that's an electric skateboard, so that's pretty cool. It's the Swagtron Spectra Mini. Alright, so getting into the unboxing here, we have the first box, and then another box inside, which is always good to see for shipping purposes. Getting into that second box, and we have the board itself, which I'm going to put off to the side for now. So in the box, we have an information pamphlet, a skate tool, of course, and the charger, which is 1.5 amps. That is everything in the box. Interestingly, there's no remote with this board. It's one of the really interesting features about it, so we'll be talking about that later on in the review. Essentially, this board has two pressure pads on it, one on the front and one on the back. If you're leaning forward or just standing up straight, it will be accelerating forward, but if you lean back, it will start braking. So those are the two options. It's remoteless, or you can pair your phone to it, and I will be doing that later in the episode to show how that works. Also, one really awesome feature about this board right off the bat is the LEDs for nighttime riding. I think this is awesome. More boards should definitely include a system like this. It's very nice. I'm going to be using the eBoard Go app as my remote controller because I'm not too comfortable with the leaning thing. It basically has two options. Either you're going full speed on whatever setting it is, or you're braking, which will bring you to a stop, but it's not like something like a hoverboard where you lean forward and it goes faster or slower. It's completely based on just either going forward or going back. So, all right, here it is. So at 100% battery, we're gonna probably go to the sport mode somewhere in the middle. And here's the remote right here. So as you can see, it speeds up, or you're braking, and then it can reverse as well. I didn't do that. Okay. It just braked on its own, so. When testing out the leaning, we found it a little bit less than optimal. It's kind of hard to get the correct stance on it. And as you guys just saw, I fell off the board kind of randomly.
Pull your front foot back a little bit.
When it thinks both of your feet are off the board, whether you're turning too much or something like that, it basically applies full brake. So be careful of that with this board.
So it's braking. Give it another stance. This one seems to work.
All right, good.
Wow, there comes Trump.
All right, we're here at the UVM Medical Center, and we're going to be testing out the top speed of the Spectra Mini. And it has a claimed top speed of 9.3 miles an hour, so let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, we just tested out the Spectra Mini and it went like roughly 9 to 10 miles an hour, which is, what is claimed on the website, so that is good news. It's a little sketchy at that speed, to be honest with you, especially on a road like this, so I don't recommend just being out in traffic with this board ever. Oh, it beeped. It's displeased. Alright, so we're going to be doing a hill climb test. Here we go. Going maximum speed up this hill. Let's see if we can do it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it. Keep in mind we are on a low percentage. We're on probably 30%. Let's try with a helping hand. Or not. Can't do that.
So, Chris, how did it do?
It goes up probably like 3 or 4% incline. Past that, it started vibrating and then basically doesn't work. Keep in mind we're on like 30% battery with this, so I mean, on a board like the Meepo or Wowgo or something, you'd expect it to go up a hill, but this only has one hub motor, so it makes sense. But definitely only for flat surfaces. If there's any hills, don't get this board. You won't be able to make it up then. So something's wrong with the board. We're on a flat ground. The board starts vibrating, and I'm stuck going this speed. If I'm not on it, we're good. It looks like it's basically out of battery at this point. So once out of battery, instead of slowing down and stopping, it does this weird vibration thing, which is actually pretty scary because on other boards, there we go, out of battery. It just shut off completely, so now I can't brake. So that's scary too. Usually boards have a reserve for braking, so you can, even if you're getting hit by a car or something, you can still brake, but on this board, I lost all control when I ran out of batteries. Alright, so we finished our range test on the Spectra Mini, and it was pretty unfortunate, honestly. So I had a claimed range of 5.6 miles, ended up going 1.7 miles. So as you can see, this is where we've been testing it. We've just kind of been making laps on this road, which is slightly hilly, I guess, like some slight inclines. But mostly pretty flat considering, like other tests I've done with other boards have been more hilly than this, for sure. One thing to note is we used the lights on for half of the test, and the other half of the test we turned it off since we figured it's a good medium of like at night versus in the day testing. So that's the range test we got. This is definitely a campus board. You're not gonna be doing group rides with this. You're not gonna be going in the city with this. You're not gonna be going on streets with this. If you have really good sidewalks where you want a nice portable penny board, this thing's really cool. Like it looks neat. The grip tape is nice. The aesthetic's cool. The magnetic charging I like a lot. I wish other boards incorporated magnetic charging for sure. But overall, just knowing everything I know about it, I can't recommend this for too many people. Unless like you're a college student and you want something light. This is the lightest board I've used. It was easy. I could actually just put it in my backpack and carry it around, which is something I can't do with any of my other boards. But the power's lacking, the range is lacking, the speed is lacking. Obviously that makes sense. But for the price, you might want to get something different, unless of course this is your ideal board. You want a penny electric skateboard, then this is exactly what you want. So concluding thoughts on this board, as I said, it's really not something to compare to an electric skateboard really. Like I can't compare this to a Wowgo or a Meepo or anything like that because I feel like that'd be unfair. What I could compare this to is something like an electronically assisted bicycle, where it's basically like you're riding, you're doing the riding, but you get assisted by an electric motor. And I think overall it is a good board for that purpose. It's a good board for this really nice campus-sized board, really lightweight. You can use it at nighttime because there's built-in lights. So there's definitely a lot of polish to this board, which I think is nice. But I do have a number of things that I would want improved before it's a board that I would use day to day. For one, I would move the hub motor to the rear. I think that's where it should be. Having it in the front is a little bit weird for trying to brake downhill and things like that. And also having them be dual hub motors would help a lot for sure. A bigger battery never hurt. And also, I really do think this board did need a remote. The leaning feature is kind of cool, but also several times I've been riding the board and it just cuts out for no reason. Just if one of my feet like moves a little bit the wrong way or anything, it will kind of hard slam the brakes, which I don't think is the safest thing. I think remotes are better. So even though I get what they were going for here with the no remote thing, I think it's still important to have a remote. And maybe just still have the cell phone app as a backup, because it's kind of neat to be able to use the cell phone app if you lose your remote or forget to bring it or anything. So overall the board is $399, which honestly is a bit expensive for what it is too. If it was a little bit lower price, I could recommend it more, but this is right in line with something like a Wowgo 2S or something like that, just for a little bit more money. So it's really up to your use case. So I get what Swagtron is going for here. I think it's a pretty unique product, and you know, there's definitely a lot of people out there who have this use case, who want something lightweight they can stick in their backpack and just go. I think this would work great with something like the deck hook, but I haven't personally tried it with my deck hook just yet. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, leave a like. It really helps out the channel a lot. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Swagtron, for sending this board out to me to review. It means a lot. And I'll see you all in my next electric skateboarding video. Bye!